Did you rename it after it went up?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Hey,
Alright.
we're live. Dang, that's quick.
You have to bring it up on your phone.
I will.
We are
Slow.
live.
All right. Ooh, look at that Skull Dude Joe.
Oh,
It's a little-
yeah.
It's a little fatty skull dude, Joe.
Yeah.
It's a
Got a
little-
little
Skeletor. Is that Skeletor with his hood off?
extra. Definitely. Definitely. Can you guys still hear me right now while I'm
sure
setting
can.
everything up?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Sure can.
Awesome. Cool. All right. So I'm just going to get the art table set up so we can get some art action tonight. I think we might even be doing a little giveaway here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, maybe stick around. You might win something cool.
So on the live, I'm not seeing you on there.
I only
Yes.
see.
It's only us three, so I don't know if it's actually maybe.
It looks like it kicks the skull off.
Yeah, it's kicked off Skull and Jose.
Okay. Well, just give me 2 seconds and I'll get it fixed. I just got to get everything plugged in on the right spot.
No rush, no rush.
That was an interesting show we had last week, huh? That was pretty good considering we were just kind of winging it with the content.
Yeah. Definitely.
I've been trying to get more and more familiar with Adobe Premiere Pro as an editing program, and that shit's fucking difficult, man. Rough stuff. Nothing I've learned on any of the other programs translates to the new one, so it's like starting over.
Is it not very user friendly, or what are we talking about?
It's just like you can make movies with it. I'll put it that way. It's very like there are movies that are out in the theater that are edited with Adobe Premiere Pro, and the stuff I was using was just kind of very rudimentary. Apparently, I thought that the stuff that I was doing and learning with the other programs would translate to well, up till this point, as I got better programs, it's like I was kind of getting a new program and that would have a different feature that the other one didn't have, and it would kind of complement the skills that I had already had with editing. But with this new one, it's like I'm gonna have to fuck with it and still probably use old programs just to keep content coming out while I'm getting used to it. Otherwise the stuff's gonna take a step backwards. Pretty rough. I'm gonna blast this.
What did you clean off the wheel already?
I didn't.
Because there was a movie I want to make sure stays on there for Jose.
Oh, good.
For Jose's sake. Anybody watch any movies lately? Anybody
I
watch,
got caught up on
Top
Loki.
Gun.
anybody watch Boss Baby 2?
No.
Miss Boss Baby. Sorry.
Anybody gonna go watch Black Widow this weekend?
I was, but I have to work.
Oh, snap. I forgot to tell y'all. Yeah, might be down for that.
For the Saturday deal, 7:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the one Saturday I can't pimp my minions to do the work for me. I have to do it myself. It sucks.
I got caught up on Loki, though.
Nice.
Have y'all been watching that one?
We've watched the first 2 episodes, but we haven't gotten to any of the other ones just yet. The problem was we watched the first one on a regular, large flat screen, and the second one we watched on an iPhone. and that was incredibly challenging. It was really hard to see what was going on. So we're probably gonna have to go back and watch the second episode all over again. We had
Yeah,
that
and
same-
make sure you watch the third one on the big screen because there's a lot of action. And honestly, it's probably one of my I like the cinematography in that third one. And they do like a and you'll catch it. They do a long they don't cut on one of the scenes. There's freaking chaos happening to everyone. They're just basically spinning the camera around them and showing you the entire all the chaos going on. It was beautiful, man. It reminded me a lot of Scorsese with the Goodfellas Copacabana scene where they just one take, no cut, everything, all the chaos and all that stuff happening. It was wonderful. I liked it a lot. That was the third episode, so make sure you watch that one on a large enough screen.
What's
Yeah.
the movie, Isaac?
I don't remember.
So it's not Top Gun. I'll leave V for Vendetta on there.
Throw Office Space, man. Let's get that.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, take that off. All the musicals, take them off.
Yeah.
Whatever. Big babies.
Well, isn't it Lego? So like, let Lego get his meta movies on there already.
You guys ready for this?
No,
We're never gonna be
I'm
ready
not.
for it. It's like Parenthood. We're never gonna be ready. And then once we get it, we realize it's a shitstorm.
All right. Pretty Woman.
I think
Pretty-
Lego would love to review that one.
Isaac.
Yeah, let's get that one off there. Thanks.
Speed Racer.
Take that off.
Cujo.
Yeah, take that off too.
Cujo too.
Man, I'm gonna watch
Showgirls.
Speed Racer on my own.
Keep that on
Ooh.
there. I'd love to see Lego review Showgirls.
Air
You
Force
realize we
One.
don't have to watch them, right, Isaac?
Oh, yeah.
This is a double-edged sword we got here.
Have you ever watched Showgirls?
I have not.
One time.
Get out of here.
One time.
All right. Lebowski. Office
there.
Space.
Keep Lebowski and Office Space.
Air Force One.
Yeah, you can take that off.
Get off this wheel.
And we're keeping V for Vendetta and Showgirls on there.
You can take Showgirls off. I was fucking around about that one.
Enter the Dragon.
Ew, get that off of there.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
How about Entrar El Dragón?
Ooh, that's a classic on Telemundo. That's 10 canastas de popcorn. De palomitas. 10 de palomitas. Le Bruxelles.
No.
You guys ready for this list?
No.
Yes, sir. I'm with
It's
you,
not like
Lego.
we have a
Look at my marker.
on your list. It's not like we have a vote, man. So just throw it on there.
I like that stance, Lego.
I hope that this is a precursor of things. She's gonna give us all Richard Donner movies.
Yeah, Richard Donner passed away today at 91.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did not
Who?
hear that news.
Richard Donner passed away today at 91.
The serial killer?
The director.
No, that he was the guy who ate all of his family on the Oregon Trail.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jeffrey Dahmer. Sorry.
Jeffrey Dahmer died many years ago.
I don't know this, man. I don't keep up with all these people.
Good riddance.
The Will
Who's,
doesn't show up in the Death Star throne room, so I'm gonna have to get out of the Death Star.
So who was it? Richard Donner?
Yeah,
Why does that sound familiar?
He's the
director,
director of
Superman.
Goonies, Lethal Weapon, Superman.
Ooh.
Was it Scrooge or what Bill Murray movie did he do?
Yeah, Scrooged.
Scrooge,
Wasn't
right?
That was Scrooge.
That was a good one, dude. I I hadn't watched it for like a really long time, and then seeing it, man, that one holds up. That
Oh,
might
man.
be one we have to put on for the Christmas list coming up here.
It makes me laugh, dude. When there's like the executives like, this is too happy, or when Bill Murray's like, we need to have something else, and he shows like acid rain, destruction, violence. He's like, this looks like the Manson family Christmas special. I was like, oh god.
Oh man. Nice.
All right, what do you got, Lego?
All right, Lego, start us off on that list.
Yeah, boy.
All right, here we go. We'll start it with something palatable. We'll do a little Escape from New York.
Nice.
Yeah. That one's always fucking fun. And I don't want to give you guys too much hope. That was just the first pick. Still got 5 more. The next one, The Prestige.
Ooh, that's
Little Batman versus Wolverine.
damn.
Hell yeah. Has anybody not seen that? Everyone seen that one?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
I don't remember it, but I've seen it.
Right.
Right on. I got Strange Days on there. Little sci-fi drama. I've never seen that, and I know there's a bunch of references to it, so I figured let's throw it on the list. Maybe we'll see. We've got the Akira Kurosawa movie, Ron.
Can you spell that?
R-A-N. R-A-N. We've got the Forbidden Planet. I've never seen that, but it's got old sci-fi and it's got a cool looking robot, so I'm down.
Hey, I got that robot.
I've seen that movie.
That's the original, right?
Yes, yes.
Black and white.
And then to round it out, we've got El Topo. Because we couldn't leave Hodorowski out of the party.
Oh man, doesn't that mean groundhog?
Yeah, like the mole, right?
Yeah.
Mole,
Or the
something
mole.
like that?
There you go.
Yeah. That's a Western though, psychedelic Western. I feel like I went pretty easy on you guys. Was that list too bad?
That
Yeah,
was
you
good.
promised us that it was a Western the last time, and we got Holy Mountain. So
You
I'm
got
a
them
little
mixed up.
nervous
That's
about
why.
that.
You got them mixed up.
You know that short-term memory. But we should be rocking. I think that list is okay. I wanted to take it easy on you this time.
Nice.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed.
You're expecting worse.
Hey, fair enough, but
I was ready for something that was going to scar my soul.
I've got a whole list of those. Don't you worry.
That's the next time.
You know, I like to give you guys a little break here and there.
I think
seen
John
three
took his
of those.
title for soul scoring movies.
I've seen 3 of the 6, so that's it's cool.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's
I haven't-
see. Wait, go ahead, man.
No.
I was
Go
going to
for
go
it.
down a whole other lane, so if you're in the same lane,
Take
then-
it off. Let's keep it rocking.
Okay, Richard Donner. What's your favorite movie of his and why? Let's go back through them again. We've got the Superman, and there's also Superman and Superman.
Oh, I like the Superman one. That was
Right?
my favorite. Yeah.
You got
Superman?
the apron. You're repping the apron right there. Like Superman as the
You read Goonies? Yeah, he did Goonies.
he did Goonies. No, I know. I was just making a joke of that. That's mine. So I'll let somebody else interject with whatever one is theirs.
He also did the Lethal Weapon movies.
He did.
Oh, did he really? Dude, those
Yeah.
movies
Yeah.
are tight. Fucking love Lethal Weapon.
Which we haven't done yet. We haven't done Lethal Weapon. We haven't done Die Hard. There's a bunch of like
Those are Christmas movies.
that's a argument there whether or not it's a Christmas movie. Die Hard.
My favorite Richard Donner film is Free Willy.
What? But why?
I love that movie, man. I wanted to free the whales.
He only likes it because Michael, what's his name? Michael
Isaac was
Madsen is in it.
Blackfish before Blackfish was a thing.
I wanted to
You know, one of my favorite.
go for it.
Sorry, one of my favorite like Simpsons jokes or whatever. It's like Nelson's got a poster on his wall, and it's like "Nuke the whales."
The whales.
It's such a small thing, but it's just so perfect.
Well, do you remember the dialogue? Lisa asked him, "Nuke the whales? Why?" And he's like, "Well, you gotta nuke someone."
You gotta nuke something.
Fucking
It's gotta nuke something.
that was
It's
Simpson.
so good.
So good.
You know, my favorite Richard Donner film probably has to be Superman 2, and that has to do primarily with Terrence Stamp's performance as General Zod. There are few super villains that are as perfectly portrayed as that one. Just top notch.
Yeah, he was a jerk. You kind of hated him. He did a good job with that. I was always more fond of the big ogre dude, the one that didn't speak. He was reminded my buddy. He reminded me of my buddy Justin. The strong, silent type, kind of hairy. How about you, Jose?
So far it's the Goonies because that's the only one that comes to mind that he's directed, unless somebody's got a list that they can
He's
read
done,
off.
The Lost Boys. He's done Maverick. He's done Free Willy. Did I mention Free Willy? He did a Radio Flyer, Assassin, The Omen, Conspiracy Theory,
Ooh, The Omen's good.
Scrooge, Lethal Weapon 1 through 4, Superman 1, 2, 16 Blocks.
So off of that immediate list, I like the Lost Boys.
You've actually seen that movie?
Yeah, I have.
Damn.
I like that one. That one's like a very twisted Goonies because they got like their own hideout.
It's got some of the Goonies in it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I like the Lost Boys. So off of that immediate list, I like the Lost Boys. It's my favorite that he's directing.
Nice.
I forgot he did Maverick. I liked Maverick. That was a fun one. Mel Gibson and James Gardner and Jodie Foster. That was a fun like madcap.
What is
Western.
Maverick about? I've seen it on
It's a Western.
HBO.
It's based off of the TV show. There's an old Western TV show, and they modernized it and released it.
He really liked working with Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson.
Yeah.
Actually, he didn't direct The Lost Boys. That was Joel Schumacher. He was a producer for The Lost
Damn it.
Sorry. My bad. Yeah,
You know-
Oh wait, he didn't direct Free Willy. He was the whale.
he didn't. He didn't. He was also a producer on that too. Damn.
He was the bricks. He was the rocks that Willie had to leap over.
He was the weapon in Lethal Weapon.
He was instrumental in putting together many of the greats that we grew up on in the 80s, man. Richard Donner is
This
synonymous
is why Jose
with
liked it.
my childhood. Yeah.
Jose was all about the sax player.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I still believe. Do, do, do.
Hey, he's a vampire slayer. His character actually is He's like a paladin vampire slayer. If you read the comic books, it like expands on that guy. He like the reason why he's all like.
You mean
covered
they
with
needed to
oil-
make up some content, so they figured they found a guy?
Right. So the reason why he's covered in oil is because it's like a holy anointing. So like the vampires touch him, they burn.
Hey, that's pretty clever.
Oh
Man, I'm just saying what the
man.
comic book talks about.
Hey,
Oh,
But
man.
BS aside, that's actually pretty clever.
No, that's a cool idea. That's a cool idea. It's funny, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I think
Like
he's actually the lead singer of some band in real life too. I don't think he's just some dude that they drummed up out of like the extras crowd. I think he actually was the front man for some band.
I
forget,
saw this
though.
video that they edited where it shows him playing the sax, and then it edits Michael watching him play sax, and instead of him seeing Star and like licking his lips and looking at Star, it edits it to where he's looking at the guy playing the sax and licking his lips, and they stretch it out like 20 minutes long, and like Corey Haim's like grabbing his face, and it's hilarious. I'll send you guys the link. Well, after this is done, it's so good. I was like, oh my god. All right, let's see what else. So it's a consensus. Superman was the movie.
Superman 2.
Superman 2 was better. It was. You know the story behind all that, right? It was supposed to be like one movie that was into, or it was, but there was too much going on for one thing, so they had to. Yeah, it was good times.
I mean, let's not forget that they Marlon Brando in those films, man.
Yeah, he was totally cut out of them, or
Well, not
most of
completely.
most of what he had said was cut out.
Yeah, like
His
He
biggest
probably-
monologue.
his biggest thing was like it's like a 15 minutes in the movie. It got down to
Yeah,
like
we saw the director's
2
cut, right?
seconds.
Where he just like goes on and on and on. It kind of feels like the
The
cloud
Island of Dr.
sequence from-
Superman.
No, it feels like the cloud sequence from Star Trek: The Motion Picture. It's like really long and boring. Oh man, but it was good.
So do we know what the cause of death was for him? Just being 91?
91, dude. Whatever it is, age.
Well, I hope he went in peace.
Yeah.
old
He deserved
again every time.
Yeah.
He was
Miss-
91, bro. He didn't die in peace. He was in a mosh pit. He's like, ah! Ah! All right, let's see what else is going on this week. Let's see, Loki. Everybody, are we all caught up with Loki?
No, we're
No.
only on episode 2.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
it
You guys
was-
can talk about it. It's
Yeah,
fine.
we don't care about spoilers, so go for it.
Well, there's after credit scenes on episodes 3 and 4, so make sure you keep an eye out on those. And
Hot tip.
after credit scene for episode 4 is pretty important.
Yeah, because before it came up, I was like, what? They should
Yeah.
call this Wokey. But then I was like, okay, all right. I wasn't ready for them to just dump him. I wasn't ready for them to dump him.
You didn't like Alligator Loki?
No, I was fine with all of that. Just I needed that. I needed the after credit scene because before that I was like, really? They're gonna take him out? And yeah, I was not about that. I was about to be done with it. I was even gonna cancel Disney over it, but it's amazing what 5 seconds of an after credit scene can do to my blood pressure. It's glorious. Or what about let's see.
Married one time to his wife. Married-
What?
No, Richard Donner. I was just reading up on Richard Donner.
Enlighten us.
Well, what do you want to know?
You were just
He
saying
was-
something.
Oh no, he's only been married once.
It's unusual in
He
Hollywood.
was married one time. Married in 1985. to the present.
It's crazy.
I find that fascinating.
Yeah, especially considering that all of us have only been married once. Some of us are young yet.
Well, no, I mean, but Josh is right. In Hollywood, you hear, I was looking at Tom Cruise's thing. He's been married like three times. So, I mean, it's just it's not normal to see that in Hollywood usually.
I feel that this Hollywood changed me.
Oh, he produced the X-Men franchise. He's responsible
Oh.
for the X-Men movies.
So he's like inadvertently responsible for homosexual molestations.
I guess.
He's responsible
dude.
for the worst juggernaut ever.
He's not responsible for Jack Black and his actions.
He worked for the Desilu.
Oh, wait, no, Bryan Singer. What the hell am I thinking of? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jack Black.
You said
oh my
Jack
God.
Black. I was like, man,
Shane
he's a
Black, and
weirdo,
it's
but
not even Shane Black. It's Brian. Sorry, I'm all over. Beep, beep, cut that. Sorry.
Yeah, you have to think about the guy that put nipples on Batman.
hot.
Ugh.
He also directed the Banana Splits.
Is
He
that
was
like
a-
the
he was
prequel
one
to
in
the
charge
Human
of the Banana
Centipede?
Splits. And he directed the Twilight Zone episode Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, the William Shatner one.
Oh,
that's a
How's the
great
monster
one.
on the-
Dang.
Yep, that was
Man, that's
him.
my favorite thing he's done. That was sick. Good episode.
He was also directed episodes of The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Gilligan's Island, Kojak, Tales from the Crypt, The Twilight Zone, Get Smart, The Fugitive.
Wow.
Ah,
Man.
Oh, jeez.
Bless
Christ.
you.
Thank you.
Rhoda.
he directed his first feature film was called X-15 in 1961, which starred Charles Bronson and Mary Tyler Moore.
What?
That's
kind of
What
movie
a
is that?
first fucking project. God damn.
Okay.
We're gonna have to put that on a future list. In fact, if we got space, I want to put that on there. What's that called
It's
again?
called X-15.
X-15.
All right, let me write it down. I'm down for that.
On the wheel, son.
Anybody else in with that one?
Yeah, we
Sure.
can throw
Charles
that up
Bronson
there.
and Mary Tyler Moore. That's got to be a winner. It has to be. It has to
And then
be.
7 years later,
X-15?
he directed.
X-15. Yeah,
He
What
directed
year-
his
what
next
year is that?
film,
that's 1961.
61,
It looks like
called
it's
Salt and Pepper,
Stomp and Pepper's here. Dun,
with
dun.
Sammy Davis Jr. and Peter Lawford. So he worked with what were they called?
the,
with
br-
Frank
the
Sinatra.
Rat Pack.
Well, the Rat
The
Pack.
Rat Pack. He
Rat
worked with
Pack.
the Rat Packs. But his breakthrough film was in 1976 with The Omen. He directed The Omen.
That's another good one.
It became the 5th highest grossing movie of 1976. And then
Have you seen
1978,
Omen, Jose?
The Omen's freaky. I don't like that one.
Is that the one with the little kid?
Damien. Oh, oh.
Oh yeah. I always get that one and Rosemary's Baby confused with each other.
Oh man, Rosemary's Baby is next level.
Ugh.
That one's good.
Who
You didn't
direct-
like that one?
Rosemary's
Man,
Baby
I thought
or
that was
The
done
Omen?
so well. It was so it was
No.
freaky.
Yeah,
Did
you just
Polanski do Rosemary's Baby?
I don't know.
Polanski did.
I think that was like one of his last movies before he got booted out of the country.
No. He didn't get booted. He fled.
All right.
Yep.
Oh, that was the dude whose wife got killed by the man family, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang, gnarly. Hey, you know
Probably
she was
not
the
a
heir
great
to the
dude,
Folgers
but-
fortune?
What's that?
She was the heir to the Folgers fortune, the coffee Folgers.
Really?
Yeah, she was the heir to it.
Huh.
Sharon Tate.
His wife, whoever she was.
Sharon Tate?
Yeah, that was, yeah. I was like, what? That's gnarly. I didn't know that.
Huh. In the case of Superman, it was Donner who insisted the subject of the comic book superhero should be treated straight, as in portrayed with respect to the fantasy genre's particular conventions and tone, rather than camp, an approach that strongly influenced later genre directors such as Tim Burton, Bryan Singer, Christopher Nolan, and Zack Snyder. He wanted him to be more straight-laced.
Would you guys consider Snyder's stuff to be camp?
No.
I wouldn't consider Nolan stuff to be camp either, but
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But she just said that Snyder was inspired by him to not make it camp.
Okay.
I guess I
That
misheard.
strongly influenced, that made it more serious.
Yeah. They put respect
see.
on it, which it deserves.
Well, I mean, imagine if Donner had not set that influence, and then all superhero flicks would have been done in the style of the '60s Batman television series.
Oh,
But I mean,
Imagine the MCU done in that style.
It would have been a
mean-
better world.
The possibilities.
but I've seen some of the classic '66 Batman stuff, like on what is it? Is it Turner Classic? One of those channels. I've actually enjoyed them. Not
Yeah, that
bad.
was
They're,
really good.
they're goofy, but you know, it's. I feel like that has its place in history. Like we need to have it.
Those are your
Yeah.
guys'. That's your guys' Batman. You boomer.
Look, when I
that's my
heard
mom's Batman.
when I
He's
heard as a
Boomer
young
Man.
man, when I heard as a young man that they were going to do Batman movies and that they had cast Michael Keaton, I was pissed off that they didn't go back and get Adam West. That was my initial reaction. I was like, how could they do that? The guy is Batman. Why would you deny him?
Yeah. And you know what's gnarly too? I remember at LA Comic Con, remember Isaac, when I was waiting in line to try and meet Adam West, and when they announced he had canceled, he wasn't going to show up, I was like genuinely disappointed. And I'm like, dude, like I'm like, I don't know, I would consider my generation like what's his name? Christian Bale is like our Batman, but I still wanted to meet Adam West so badly because of what he did. And I was like, I've always kind of put respect on that, like, because you can't have one without the other. And people talk so much smack on it, but it's like, dude, the thing ran on for how many seasons? Like, how many seasons was Batman 66?
Was it 3 or 5
Three.
or something?
3, I think.
Yeah.
Was it 3?
But
how many
seasons were
episodes?
different back then.
Yeah, I was
were
gonna say.
long seasons.
They're
Like,
like
dude,
100
there's-
episode seasons.
Yeah.
Because Star Trek, the original Star Trek, only ran for 3 seasons. But
That's what I'm
there's
saying.
like 70 something episodes.
Mhm. I think it's the same with Batman. I think it was like 26, 27 episodes each season. I was like, man, that was legit back then.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've always kind of had that respect for Adam West and Burt Ward and everybody
Dude,
else.
I watched some documentaries on those guys. Those guys were slanging mad dick all over that show in the 60s, man. And the girls were all, it was all free love times. And they were
It
like,
went for 3 seasons, 26 episodes, and the movie.
And the movie,
And the
damn.
movie.
yeah.
And remember, that costume had no anything. It was just his full body. That was
Yeah.
his muscles. Those were all his muscles, just
Yep.
like Christopher Reeves'
Yeah.
costume was all his stuff. Like, those dudes were Superman and Batman for years.
That's right. That's right.
And don't forget about Lou Ferrigno. Those were all his
Oh, and Lou
muscles, too.
Ferrigno will forever be the only human to ever play the Hulk, because after that CGI, anybody
Yep.
who plays Hulk's going to be a CGI person. It's not going to be your own body all yoked in green makeup.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, as much as people talk shit on it, you gotta respect it.
you guys, how many of you guys have watched The Hulk?
I have.
I
The
watched
original?
Yeah.
Like the TV show.
like a
Yeah,
drama.
I was
I
all
did.
about that.
It was
Yeah.
like the drama. It was your CSI Miami.
I haven't. You guys were probably grown by the time you watched it because it was on before you were born. But
Yeah.
I haven't tried to watch it since the 80s.
Oh, it's rough,
And-
dude.
Oh, to watch
It's
it
on
now, it's
Hulu,
rough.
isn't it? Isn't it on Hulu or something?
Is it really?
Yeah, I swear it's on something because I saw a couple of the episodes on one of the streaming services, either Amazon or Hulu or something. Because I was like, oh snap, the Hulk, and I remember I put on a couple of the episodes. It was the gorilla episode where the gorilla suit dude looks worse than the Hulk. And which is the other one? There's I watched a couple of them. It was kind of one of those in the moments, like, oh shoot, and I liked them. I still like them, man. Even this day and age, I still enjoyed it. Like I said, there's something about them. There's something about those shows that you can't hate.
Have you seen the made-for-TV one where Thor shows up?
The trial.
It was the trial of the Hulk, right, or something.
Yeah,
like that?
man. Oh,
Yeah.
Good grief.
Oh, Richard Donner actually had a run on Action Comics.
And there, yeah, he did in the 2000s. He did.
Him and Jeff Johns and
yeah.
Adam Kubert did the.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a
was
lineup
Richard-
right there.
Yeah, it was Richard Donner's Superman Action Comics.
What was the story arc called?
It was
Last
supposed
Son?
to be, yeah.
And then
Oh,
he
cool.
did another one called Escape from Bizarro World.
I need to
Oh,
find
and
both
it
those.
looks like he got that for Action Comics 1000. He has a short in that one too.
Yeah, he does.
I have to look it up. Might need to find those trades just to see.
But yeah,
what's up.
those were supposed to be what his vision for Superman 2 was supposed to really be.
So what is it called? Last Son and Escape from Bizarro World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I gotta find
And I
those.
think the Escape from Bizarro World is the Eric Powell covers.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Dang. So it's like all stars on that. That's awesome.
So it's Action Comics 844 through 846, and then it looks like it was annual.
Spit it out.
Hold on. Oh, annual number 11 for May of 2008. I guess it was supposed to be a longer run. Oh, and then so it's Action Comics 844, 845, 846, and then I guess Kubert was suffering from some health problems, and the last part of the storyline was released in number 851, and then the annual of that year, May 2008. And I
Damn.
guess the hardcover edition has the complete series in one.
I'll look those up then. Yo, Josh. So was like the Hulk is probably. How old were you when that show was going on?
Oh, I was a kid. I remember seeing that. That's going back to when Star Wars, the original Star Wars, was still coming out. Those are early. I want to say early '80s kind of stuff.
Like, what beer are you drinking?
1977.
Well, so
We were
the reason that I know that it was early is because somewhere in the stacks of pictures that people used to take when we were kids, there is a picture of me and my brother playing Incredible Hulk, and I'm the Hulk because I'm shirtless and I'm like flexing, and my brother, he can't be more than like 3, is in it, so I had to be like 6. And that was when that TV show was like big time for me.
And
so
it's not Bruce Banner. It's David Banner.
yeah, they
David
called him
Banner.
David Banner. Yeah.
Did you hear about why they changed it though? It's such a like bonkers reason.
No.
The name Bruce was associated more with homosexuality, and they didn't want any association with that.
What?
I swear to God.
Well,
I
his
swear to
full
God.
name is Dr. David Bruce Banner.
Yeah, but they called him David
Yeah.
for that same reason.
Like,
I've seen
what
I've
beer
seen
you
a couple of
drinking?
documentaries on that, and both those times they referenced that name and why the name changed.
That's weird.
I know, that's what I thought so too, but
Because
No,
isn't
I
that
thought-
Nice.
isn't that while Bruce Lee was still doing his business?
I really don't know, man. Like that, I'm telling you that it was a kooky time, and I like I said, I thought they were BSing me at first when I think I read it first. I read it somewhere, and I said no way. And then later, I just happened to be watching 2 little like documentaries on it, like not at the same time, but I recall that they both referred why they changed the name, and it had to do with that. And I said, get the hell out of here. I was like, really that bad? And yeah, so I guess it was like during like the AIDS pandemic and stuff like that, and it was all tied in. Like that was the reason. I couldn't believe it either. I was like, get
The only
whatever.
names of people who I can think of that's Bruce is like Bruce Lee and Bruce Willis and
Bruce Wayne.
I was
Bruce
just saying, like
Wayne,
Bruce
like,
Wayne, which
yeah,
I don't.
Bruce
but-
Wayne too, right? Like, dude, these guys are
But-
not gay.
No, I know, but think about it. But you can't imagine like now they're like common names. But I'm thinking back to like that era. Like how many people knew Bruce Wayne was Batman? Like, I mean, you guys would be able to answer that question.
Anybody who knew what
Bruce-
Batman was?
Bruce Jenner.
Oh, ooh.
Oh,
Remember he was the winner and all that
80
in
episodes.
those days, wasn't he?
That's
He was
before he
the
was.
Woman of the Year.
That's
Yeah.
right.
What year was that though?
80 episodes.
Yeah. No, with Batman being Bruce Wayne, I think that's one of those things where, Batman is a character that has transcended comic books, that I think you could find people living in the brush in Zimbabwe that know that Batman is Bruce Wayne. That's just the kind of level that his character has been out there,
It was 76, Jose, that he won the Olympic.
That he
medal.
won the medal.
Yeah. Bro, if you ever have the chance, go on YouTube and watch his victory in the decathlon, the 10 events. Bruce Jenner, he's in that final stretch with all the other athletes from the other countries, and he crosses that line and they cross behind him, and everybody's falling over from exhaustion, and that mother grabs an American flag and runs a victory lap, and the dude is yoked. He's huge,
Oh yeah, here it is.
and it's crazy towns. And then you look at him today in like pumps and a cocktail dress, and you're like, what the hell?
Jose's right. Johnson, the creator of the TV show, Johnson, like he gets a say in whether or not Bruce is to
John.
Good one, Shorty.
change the name of the Hulk's comic book alter ego, Dr. Bruce Banner, to Dr. David Banner for the television series. This change was made, according to Johnson, because he did not want the series to be perceived as a comic book series. He wanted to change what he felt was a staple of comic books in Stanley's comics in particular, that major characters frequently had alternative or alliterative names. According to both Stan Lee and Lou Ferrigno, however, it was also changed because CBS thought the name Bruce sounded too gayish, a rationale that Ferrigno thought was the most absurd, ridiculous thing he had ever heard.
I couldn't just see
Ferrigno
it
said
too.
something that he heard.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh,
Why would
That
you
was
make
mean,
that?
I'm
Why would you make
sorry.
that type of
That
connection?
was mean.
Oh man, brutal.
oh man.
I will add though, meeting Lou Ferrigno was pretty freaking dope, dude.
Dude, how big is that guy's hand, man?
Ooh,
I
Oh,
shook his
yeah.
hand many years ago at one of the Wizard Worlds. I was like a child.
He looks like he's in better shape than Arnold now. I
Yeah,
know they used to
Yeah.
commit. They used to, always be competing against each other as far as that goes. I think Arnold had him for a long 3 or 4 decades, but Lou's finally got him.
it's crazy though that they both like that level of competition elevated them to both being like pop culture status. Like Arnold, like the Terminator, everything he's done. And it's crazy that Lou Ferrigno is like the Hulk, like you know who he is. He can go anywhere and people are gonna recognize him. I like that, man. I feel like it's like that competition pushed them both to propel to that level.
he also does a lot of cartoon voice acting. Lou
Who
Ferrigno.
does? Oh, Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah. He
Oh, that's
does a
cool.
lot
I
of
did not know that.
cartoon Voices.
I did not know that. That's cool. Anybody that comes to mind or anybody you know of?
He did Adventure Time. I know that. What else did he do?
Dude, Adventure Time had so many great people voice acting. It's underrated for sure.
Who's watching the Little Rascals?
He did We Bear Bears.
else, I need both of you to keep an eye out in the windows for him, okay?
You did some Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah. I guess it was just those two cartoons he was in.
Cartoons.
Well, the Grace had a cartoon. That would have been before his time, I think.
Yeah, I would think so.
Well,
No. We don't need that. I don't care. It's not that important.
The Scots have froze on us.
Yeah, that face that you're frozen in, Liz, is pretty rough. Sorry, hon.
great.
Are we
Like,
coming in okay now?
yeah, a little better.
Right when you started speaking, it broke free.
On that note, I'm gonna go in the other room and read some comics then.
Is that the side? Is that the side proj? The comics.
Yeah.
What are you working on there, Lego? It looks like an ode to The Exorcist. It's the green shit that she vomited. Is it a big
getting there.
leg chew shirt, Josh?
That
Yes,
sure
it is.
Dude, that shit was so good. I used to eat the whole pack. And I'd be,
Dude, that stuff is still dynamite.
I can't chew it anymore. It makes my teeth hurt.
Multiple packs, son.
Oh, shit.
Multiple packs.
Damn.
Would
I
you
can't
buy
handle
those
that
buckets
sugar.
that they used to sell?
What's that?
Did you ever buy those buckets of it that they used to sell?
No,
They used to sell it
I
in
never-
buckets.
I was never that crazy.
They have it for the kids for like
For Little League.
yeah, for Little
Yeah.
League. Instead of it's like they're getting them ready to chew tobacco when they get older. It's kind of fucked up.
True, huh?
Well, it's like the like back in the day when they used to sell candy cigarettes.
They still do.
Yeah,
You can still buy them at Dollar Tree.
you could get them, and on the packet says just like that.
I mean,
Man, talk about the scruples of that old school advertising. We're just like,
Genius, dude. Genius.
oh my
It's
god.
look, it's not any different than today's advertising. Today's advertising is the same. It just paints it in a different light, but it's all manipulative. Lego will tell you.
I completely agree.
I was just watching
Strongly agree.
I was watching a video on YouTube about light bulb production and how they like all the world leading light bulb companies got together and came up with a new standard that made sure that the light bulbs would burn out quicker so they could sell them more.
Yeah, planned obsolescence. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. And they were talking about iPhone using planned obsolescence most recently, as far as a case for people to see in modern times. How they did it with, I think it was like the iPhone 8 or 7. There was like an update that they put through to everybody, and once the update went through, it made the phones obsolete.
Yep.
That's probably the biggest reason why I've never had one and don't plan on having one.
I think I have a 6, huh? Got in before
Sixes
they
were
did.
nice.
Still are. This whole thing right now is being done on the 6. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I had a 6 until my toddler bricked it with his saliva.
Oh yeah. He was just gumming it up.
He was just using
He's
it
a
like
drooler
a chew toy.
too, so
Oh yeah,
he's
he
like
is,
Slimer
man.
from the Ghostbusters. Ellie's like that right now too. She's teething, and oh my god, nothing more that she wants. Like she bites her own hand. We call it having a knuckle sandwich, but she's biting on her hand so hard that she's hurting herself. So I like get my knuckle and I put it in her and let her bite on my knuckle, and her nubs are pretty sturdy. She's like, wow, like getting a grip on it, and shaking her head, and drool coming out the side. Like like a fight dog. I'm like, holy moly.
Wow, we. Oh.
So is the upper right hand corner? Is that where the chunks end from the vomit Lego?
Yes.
It looks like
Yes,
it's
exactly.
the dispersion is
So it's like a splatter effect, you know. It's coming up from the bottom right.
Danish of Danish. Young man, you've watched our show a couple times. What do you want to hear us talk about? What wisdom can we impart on your youngness? How long ago has it been since he was on there? He might have youngnessed out of here by the time I saw he was here.
I said what's up to him, so we'll see if he answers. Probably popping between Fortnite and us.
That's it. Fortnite. That's his mom's upset with him for playing so much.
Yeah.
Miles rarely plays anymore. He only plays with his friends that have different systems and that they can cross-platform on that game. That
Cool.
game's
Cross platforming is like next level shit, man.
right. He played against one
Dude.
homie. Like he's on a PlayStation. He played against a homie on an Xbox, and like his cousin on a cell phone, just playing with the screen. And they're all in different cities and shit. It's wild, I'll say. These
Remember
kids.
It is.
Remember when the cable guy talked about that?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, when he's like, you can be in here at home playing in the United States while you're battling a kid in Japan. You remember that monologue when he's talking about gaming of the future?
I never watched the Cable Guy.
You've never watched the Cable Guy?
It's been a long time.
Nope.
Favorite scene?
Ben
Favorite
Stiller's
scene?
Cable Guy?
They're in the
Put that
They-
on the wheel.
right.
No.
Hey, so Danish of Danish, recommend Cable Guy.
Have you seen Cable Guy?
What?
Have you seen Cable Guy?
No, that dude said he was supposed to show up today, like around between the hours of 8 and 5. And he showed up, so.
Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick,
I've heard of it.
Ben Stiller.
No, you're good, dude. You don't need to see it.
You need
Trust.
to see it.
I'll
You don't
say
need to see
this.
that shit.
The
Out
fact
of
that
the-
remember that Lego's hosting next week, so
God, what did I get stuck with last time? Some dog shit.
What dog shit?
hey, that was 101 Dalmatians.
No, that was the Corella. We made an exception and had you watch the Corella movie.
And pay $30 for it.
Yeah, no, I definitely paid the money.
Oh my god, those. How you
What was
feeling,
the last
Isaac?
one you had to do,
I'm
Lego?
feeling a lot better. A lot better.
Yeah, what was the last thing Lego hosted?
I was trying to look that up right now.
Oh, because there's one when Vargas pops back on. I want to. You guys can tell us your news. What is it? Thursdays and Saturdays or something? Tell us your big news, Jose.
What?
You guys announced it at the end of the last Comic Cave.
Yes, we are restarting the Comic Caves Collectible Corner. We have a new
You spell it with all
Sponsor.
K's?
sponsor. What's up?
Do you spell it with all K's?
No, all
Okay.
C's.
Like Krusty.
Yeah, we're really excited. We've teamed up with Mighty Pins and Collectibles. So that's
Do pin reviews.
we're gonna be doing toy reviews. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. That was something that the guys and I have been wanting to do, but toys are expensive.
Oh, for
but
sure.
yeah, no, but we're really excited to get that whole thing going. So That's going to be starting pretty soon. We've already got a couple figures, and I think tomorrow we did like a preliminary test run, and then we're probably going to be doing and shooting the real thing tomorrow, and then hopefully dropping this week. So, but yeah, we're really excited about that.
Lego, you did Snatch. That wasn't a bad film.
Oh, I was thinking pig shit, not dog shit.
Touche. See what you did.
All right, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. That's a good movie.
Yeah, well, we had a run there where those guys picked all our movies, and we got some rough ones.
Yeah, we did.
John's asking if we're excited about the sequel for Top Gun since we just watched it.
Yeah, man.
I'm
gearing
excited
up
for
the next
Jennifer
war, dude.
Connelly.
It's gonna be sick.
Comes out in November, I think.
Since a lot of those movies are products of their time, who's going to be the country we're going up against in this one?
I
Oh,
think
no.
the premise behind this one, I think, has to do with the fact that Maverick still is like wants to be a pilot and didn't go up the ranks, and he wants to
The wild card.
he still wants to do what he's
Still a
doing.
wild card.
But Goose's kid's in this one. The son's grown up.
Oh, is that
His
who?
His call sign is Rooster.
Is that who he's supposed to be? What's his name? The dude that played Mr. Fantastic in that terrible Fantastic Four movie?
Chris Evans?
No, Miles.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't look that far into it. I just saw that like it had the character's name and like his call sign was Rooster. I was like, is this gonna be Goose's kid? And I like go into the synopsis. Yep, sure enough, it is.
Yeah, it's Miles Teller.
Okay.
He was in War Dogs.
Dude, who wasn't in War Dogs? I feel like the last couple times you've been really pushing War Dogs.
It's a good movie.
Should we is that
It's
one we
not
should get on the
a-
list?
Oh,
I
that's
don't
what
think
the one
it's
with
10
Jonah
years.
Hill, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's 10 years yet.
No, it's not. That one's a good
I've
one.
seen that one.
That one's good.
To answer John, I'm excited that Kelly McGillis isn't in the next Top Gun movie.
Sweet guy.
They
Man,
used
this
her
Top Gun one we
doppelganger.
did.
They used
Yeah,
her
the only-
doppelganger and have Kathy Bates instead.
The only two people coming back from the original movie is Val Kilmer and Tom Cruise.
That's
Yeah,
actually kind of scary having Val Kilmer come back because he's not in too good a shape either.
yeah. Miles Teller's Rooster, the son of
Yeah.
Maverick. I mean,
Goose.
John.
Have we seen Val Kilmer lately though? He
Yeah,
might
what
have
was the
did
la-
some undercover shit. He might have did some Ben Affleck Batman push-ups and some
Straight out.
steroids and
Didn't he
Like,
play like a gay spy in something recently?
That's a long time ago. That
But
was
he was like super fat, and I didn't realize that was Val Kilmer. I was like, Kelly McGillis. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, this is funny. You got it funny today.
Hey, that was good.
That was good. It was like you were reading my mind.
Maybe he lost weight for this one. I don't know.
He had to. He had to. They probably.
They're gonna use a
put him up-
CGI body double.
oh,
It's
Or
gonna
even-
be the same people that did
They're
Luke
just
Skywalker.
Photoshop
in
the
fucking
fat
last
off him.
One of the Mandalorian.
no, they're gonna spray paint a six pack on him.
I actually lent him my apron.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
they
I wonder
have-
if they're gonna play volleyball again.
No, it's gonna be a shuffleboard. shirtless shuffleboard.
They're hitting on all the chicks in the old folks home
Yeah,
cafeteria.
hopefully they're all sweaty too. Hopefully they're all sweaty throughout this film too.
Oh man. Yeah,
But
they
it's
could
just
be
gonna
chilling
it's
in
gonna
the
be a
VA.
shirts only game.
Oh, shirts only.
Brutal.
He's gonna meet up with Kelly McGillis at the end. It's not gonna work out with Jennifer Connelly.
It's a
And she's
cutscene.
gonna be like, "You remember the gingivitis I had in the 80s?"
Oh my god.
He's gonna be like, Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And then she's gonna be like, well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is I can give great gummers now. The bad news is I lost all my teeth.
Why do you assume she had bad breath? I don't understand where that's coming from.
I just read between the teeth.
Yeah. You know,
She's
that's
not gonna
funny,
be in
man.
the movie. She's a lesbian now.
She's an
So-
actress?
Huh?
She's an actress?
Yeah, I think she like took like a vow of like chastity for men or something.
That's what you say you do when guys won't fuck you. Oh my god, that was rough. Oh,
Hey Nate,
man.
I'm gonna go ahead and go on record and say we shouldn't post that Top Gun that video, man. If that one don't get us canceled, I don't think anything will.
Oh, what, just because we thought she was ugly and old?
I think you're good, dude. Let's go.
Man, does
Oh.
not represent my views.
There's like a disclaimer at the beginning.
No, we're good. She's white. You can make fun
If
of
they
white
don't
people.
like, if they don't like my,
But she's a lesbian, so you can't.
if they don't like my reviews, they're racist.
That's right.
They don't like my reviews because I'm black,
That's right.
and they're racist.
Carry on.
See.
I didn't tell you I'm coming out as transracial. I identify as black, and if you don't recognize your racism against me, then you're transphobic and racist.
Mm.
You got that, Cat?
What's going on?
Oh, if people don't like my reviews of Top Gun, it's because they're racist. They don't listen to me because I'm black. And then I came out as transracial, so I identify as black now. And if you don't think that you're racist against me, then you're transphobic.
We just want to go on record and state that the views reflected upon this video did not reflect those of the Comic Cave and any other enthusiasm. All rights reserved. Click on the link, support us, give us a like, and have a great day.
And Jose's
What Jose said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I should probably go back. Go back on that one. I can post edit them.
Oh man, that's funny.
You probably should.
No, I mean, if people don't want to recognize my truth,
You weren't here last week, Lego.
Dude, I got through a good chunk of last week's video. I got caught up, but
what did we talk
Man.
about last week?
That we don't have to go back to it.
let's not.
Oh, was the girl next door?
It was
I
the
was
girl
quite
next
glad
door.
The girl next door.
I wasn't around. I was like, I picked a good week to fucking not be
Hey,
there.
did you watch? Did you watch the movie Lego?
No, I was fucking busy, man. I got other shit to do.
He's not gonna watch it. He's not gonna be a part of the show to review it. What
Man, I only have to watch these pieces of shit like when I have to. You know what I'm saying? Fucking not gonna torture
I don't know
myself.
if you had seen it already or something. It's not like you haven't seen bad movies before.
You know, you guys were talking about it, and I'm like, oh shit, I think I have seen this movie.
See, that's exactly what I didn't.
Hey,
I'm not
it
a
got
singer.
you. It got you too when you first came out because you were young when this movie came out. You were in high school, so you probably wanted to see it because you wanted to perv out to it.
I'm sure. But yeah, man, that hearing your guys' review, and I was like, oh yeah. But I don't know. Jose made a lot of good points. I got to give you a shout out for that, man. Like, I think you saw it in the light that maybe it was trying to present itself in. So,
What I
you
say?
know,
What I say?
like
said it was a
redemption
feel-good
story, a
story?
redemption story.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll give you props for that. But man, hearing you guys' review is really funny. That was actually a funny video. You guys did good shit.
Thank you.
I'm ripping on you a little, but it was fun. It was a fun video.
Yeah, it was.
You have any
All right,
artwork
let's
to
see.
show off?
Keys. I got some key games here.
That's Josh's department.
These are different games.
Let the games begin.
Oh,
Legend of Zelda.
Cool.
NES gold cartridge, the one you blow in.
That's dope.
That's a game. That's a key game right there.
Do you have the box?
No, I don't have the box.
Okay.
I have the box for this one.
Ooh,
Hey.
damn. You need some aloe vera for your hand, man? You got some fire right there.
Sephiroth. Oh man. You ever play that game, Lego?
Hell yeah, dude. I just downloaded the remastered and like I really want to play it, but I'm afraid to get sucked back in.
That's the same with me. I got it when it came out, and Miles played it, and I have another PlayStation now. I could totally play it, but I don't know. I'm going on vacation on the 31st. Maybe I'll spend a week.
John says
In-
yes, 2 of those.
Dude, you know what
Let
video
me
game
borrow one, John.
you know what game they need to remake with the real engine? Like for real. If they do this, it's like just printing money, especially because they don't have Hideo Kojima anymore. They need to remaster Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Dude, remaster it. Konami needs the money, so just do it.
Which one?
The Metal Gear Solid.
The first one?
The
PlayStation one, the first
the
Two.
PlayStation one.
2, right?
Yeah, not the one that was for
Dude.
Nintendo.
No, the one
That was
the
Metal Gear.
PlayStation one.
That was just Metal Gear.
Yes.
Okay.
Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid
Metal
is
Gear
the one
Solid.
on what is it?
PlayStation one.
Yeah, but it was
Ooh.
the one on that island. What is it called? Something Moses.
Ooh.
Yeah. Black
was
Moses,
good.
was it?
With Ninja and the big old Titan you fight, and that brings back memories. Being
Yeah,
young.
because Metal Gear Solid 2 was Sons of Liberty.
Yeah.
3 was Snake Eater. 4 was
Snake Eater was good.
Right. Oh, dude, the twist at the end.
Right. Oh man.
And was 4 the Phantom
Snake Eater
Pain?
was so good.
No,
that was 5.
That was 5.
4 was Guns
what-
of the Patriots.
Guns of-
Exactly. That one was good too, dude, with those cutscenes that were like movie length.
I was gonna
Oh.
say, man, that game was next level. Like Hideo Kojima is a freaking master at video game creation, man. It sucks that he had that falling out with Konami, but
Mm. Definitely. I played I played through the Phantom Pain 5 as much
They
as
fin-
you kind of could.
yeah, they finished
But,
it without him, right?
Yeah. It was a real bummer because you could see all the workings of a game that was going to be really like something special, but then it fell apart, and it was almost like playing like a demo. There was something there, and they
They
weren't
goofed it.
able to do it without him.
And it's crazy that they had the falling out because Hideo was complaining about the work, like they were overworking his guys, and it's like it's crazy. Like he's complaining, like you guys got to give him a break, but Konami was just like, no, they got a schedule. You said we were going to be done by this time, and it's like, really, like it's crazy that you cut ties with the company because they're treating your employees like crap.
Definitely.
America
And it's
for
like he was the mastermind behind the whole thing. And then the travesty that they did afterward, did you see that when they released the Metal Gear game that was like a zombie? It was like
No, I
freaking
haven't seen that.
glitchy as hell. It was boring. It was and they had the nerve to attach the Metal Gear name to it.
rough.
But dude, but if they redo Metal Gear Solid with the real engine, I saw somebody actually do it. They did the opening scene where he's getting let out the submarine and he lands on the island.
Mhm.
They redid it with the real engine, and oh my god, man, it looks oh god, it looks. Look it up on YouTube. I'm sure it's still there. So redo the whole game, you're just printing money at that point. But I don't think they would because Hideo is such a like he's not only like a brilliant video game creator, he's a really good businessman. So I think he worked it into the contracts into the Metal Gear name. Like he still has a piece of that. I think it's like a 1%. So by them doing that, they would still have to pay him. And I'm pretty sure there's such a-holes that they're not going to want to give him even a piece of that action. They're just going to, they'd rather be struggling than to do something that simple just because they don't want to give that dude his due. It's such crap, man. It goes to show you that a lot of like corporate BS that goes on isn't just in the US, but it's pretty much international.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color the money is.
Yeah, it's so crappy, but man, I saw that first 3 minutes. I was like, you guys got to redo this game, remaster it. I'm sure it's probably in the works. They're probably negotiating something. They have to be, seeing how much money the remaster of the Final Fantasy VII.
Definitely.
What else you got? What are the keys, Nate? You got us talking on video games now.
Oh, that's the Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda.
Josh, do you have any key games for us this week?
Yeah,
know,
it was just
Moses.
my two.
Sure.
You guys got to have some more. Somebody has. Are you home yet, Jose?
This
What's
one's a newer game.
I am, but I haven't digged
Newer
through.
game.
I
It's-
all my stuff away.
It's one of these card games, but it's very fast paced and highly entertaining. Maybe you've seen it. It's called Unstable Unicorns. It's a great game. The whole idea is that you want to be the one that has the largest stable of unicorns. You get to be I think if you win, you get to be the fairy princess or something like that. But you basically build your stable of unicorns while undermining the unicorns that your opponents have. And there's a lot of different unicorns in the set, and they have different abilities. So it has kind of a Magic the Gathering sort of feel to it. But it's highly entertaining. It's a great thing to play if you have guests over or something along those lines. And it comes with many, many, many expansions. Yeah.
Including
Like,
an adult only
yes.
one.
The Not Safe for Work expansion pack.
That's
The Unicorns
fun.
of Legend. Dragons expansion, yes. And of course, the Rainbow Apocalypse. So if you entertain
Is this
guests,
the same people that do Exploding Kittens?
I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
It is.
Is it the same? same
the artwork looks familiar.
It's Exploding Kittens, guys.
Yeah,
Dope.
it's a
They always have
fantastic
fun
game, and I
group
highly
stuff on
recommend
this
it.
one.
Hey,
Yeah, the one that's not suitable for work, it actually has options for drinking and stripping while playing.
Nice.
hey, let us borrow that one.
Yeah,
Hey,
we should play that version when we get together and film that.
I'm gonna show up shirtless.
That's on our
already, so-
OnlyFans.
That's what-
Link below.
How
And just
often
for
are you
today-
guys playing games? You have
What's
like
that?
a million. You have as many games as I have comics and toys. How often
Uh,
are you guys playing games?
I wouldn't go that far, but I play games at least once a week.
That's what's up. Hey, and at DesignerCon, they always set up a really cool booth, and they actually sell some expansion packs that are
WonderCon.
exclusive, or WonderCon, yeah, that are WonderCon exclusive. So next time they're around, you guys should go check out their booth.
And can I just say that that Nate's presentation of his keys actually brings to mind up here on my shelf behind us are my two keys when it comes to video games. These are more recent additions, but the first one is the one that's on the right in this picture. A very awesome game called Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. Woo!
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
This game is an amazing game. Amazing. It's a puzzle game, but it comes across as you fighting these titanic monsters. It's unbelievable. The graphics are great, especially if you get the one that's been updated. And this other game is the one that is siphoning away all my time, which is, and this is because I'm a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and right now I'm without a group.
Skyrim.
So this is where I get my fix. It is indeed Skyrim. Holy smokes!
I knew you would be a fan of that.
I've played a lot of fantasy video games in the past, and this is on a different level, man. This is,
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of hard to put to words just how amazing the game is. I mean, and it's one of those things where when you play the game, there are surprises in it. I remember discovering the cannibals that exist in one of the cities, and I was like blown away. And Liz was reading a book next to me, and like I walked into town and I realized who these people were, and I'm like, they're eating people. It was like a big shock moment for me. But anyway, Skyrim is way up there. So those two games, Shadow of the Colossus and Skyrim, definitely at the top of my list when it comes to video game play.
Yeah, I don't get to play my video game, which is Kingdom Hearts, because he's always playing Skyrim.
What you need is another PlayStation.
Yeah.
Josh, were you ever a fan of like Diablo or what's that other one?
Yes.
Half-Life.
No, there was like Legend of something that I remember was like for, I believe, like the Nintendo 64, and then they ported it over to a couple other systems. But it was like a wizard, like a warrior. I can't recall. Hold on.
No, but we played Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo we played quite a bit, especially I played the first one through to the end with a friend back in the day. And most recently, a couple years back, Liz and I went through Diablo 3 pretty thorouhthoroughly.
Nice.
That's also an entertaining game. In fact, they had a couple of D&D games. Remember Baldur's Gate for the PlayStation was fairly entertaining. But all of those games lacked the open world content that Skyrim does. That kind of ability to not necessarily have to follow quest lines and be able to run off and do your own thing and build your character the way you want it. That those other games don't have it like that. If you pick a certain type of character, you know, in Diablo, if you're going to be the barbarian, you just have to do barbarian stuff. If you know, in the D&D game, you're pretty much railroaded into your classes. With Skyrim, it's open. You take a character, you can do whatever you want with it. It's pretty awesome.
Or take 10 or 15 like Josh does.
Amen.
I come home and he's creating a brand new one. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Different days require different play styles. I got one for every day of the month.
It was a Gauntlet Legends. Did you ever have a chance to play that one?
Oh, dude, I used to play Gauntlet the original back in the day.
Yeah, arcade game.
That game was pretty cool, but even Gauntlet Legends, again, it's very limited mobility. You know what I mean? You're stuck with the classes that you're playing, and there's not a lot of flexibility to go outside that. I remember when I played the first Diablo game, I tried to play the wizard character as a fighter, and it worked great until I got to the 4th level of the dungeon, and then I was just getting clowned on all the time. And so I told my buddy that I was playing with, I'm like, hey man, I think we have to start over. And he was pissed off because he was doing well, but I'm like, you know, playing this wizard trying to swing a sword at people, and he's like just terribly inefficient at it. And I was like, okay. I finally got to that point because I kept dying and kept dying and kept dying. And I finally realized, I said, you know, it's because I'm playing against type. And I said, dude, we got to start over. And he was like, F you, man.
But do you think it was the limitations of like the video game systems that we had? You think that's why Skyrim is so?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. I just, I don't know, like the Baldur's Gate game and Diablo were pretty good. There was some flexibility there, but yeah, I think the capacity, you know, everything, all these processors that they have now get smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think the system that Bethesda used for Skyrim, you know, the system that has the capacity to receive modifications so easily, you know, if you go online, you can see all the crazy crap people are doing with Skyrim.
Yeah.
I think just that type of a system, whatever it is, like an open system, an open set of programming rules, helped make the game more open. It gave it more possibilities. So it's pretty intense, man.
It's crazy the following that these types of games have, because even when you look at like World of Warcraft and you know, BlizzCon and everything, like how, like I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to say that BlizzCon tickets are just as hard, maybe if not harder to get than Comic-Con tickets.
Yeah, but you know, I've been to both BlizzCon and to Gen Con. So Gen Con is like for Dungeons and Dragons and that kind of stuff. And I've been to BlizzCon. Honestly, BlizzCon was kind of a flaccid convention. It wasn't very exciting. I only stayed for like a couple of hours maybe, whereas Gen Con I would go for all 4 days and stay all damn day because I was just like one thing to the next.
Did you attend multiple BlizzCons or just one?
I just went to one and I was so disappointed that I never went back.
No, we went to a couple of them because John was able to get us into them. But again, we didn't stay very long. But we also didn't play World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So we never played that.
I mean, I'm familiar.
What was John's in?
Huh?
What was John's in?
He worked for Blizzard.
Okay.
So, and then to me, it seemed like Blizzard was more, at least the ones that we went to, maybe it changed later. It seemed more like it was a trade show for like,
video games.
like other, yeah, like, I don't know, like people coming in to invest or wanting to get like not franchises, but, you know, rights to
IPs.
To do things for, yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what year was that? I know there was a couple where people were complaining, like, dude, this BlizzCon sucked, and they're like diehard fans of the.
You know, I don't remember the year, but it was
okay. It was probably pretty early on.
It was Anaheim Convention Center was where they had it. So,
right.
It was just like the big thing that was going on was that they were having a StarCraft competition, and you know, I watched that for like 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, moving on.
And again, a lot of it probably had to do with the fact that we didn't play, so we weren't as invested in knowing the characters and you know.
Yeah, they did have some stuff there for the card game, I remember, but even that, I tried to get into the card game, and even that wasn't that easy to do. So
you guys should have swooped up. Wasn't there like a lot of free swag they were giving away?
Yeah, we still find it when we're cleaning out, like going through stuff at Dad's house. We'll find like old BlizzCon goodie bags that they gave out with a whole bunch of stuff in it.
I will say it's probably a good idea to check eBay while you guys are doing that.
Yeah, we do every now and then.
There's a lot of crud that people pay top dollar for, like weapons from back in the day, stuff. It's crazy, and that brings it full circle with like the whole idea of NFTs and the whole money making stuff that they got going on. So that whole, I'm like, it's fascinating how many people are really into like RPGs. Like you wouldn't imagine, because you see that, and then you had Rockstar with Red Dead Redemption, especially the second one became more of like an RPG, and that was billions of dollars that were made off of that game. And you have like the South Park.
Just started playing that today.
Yeah, and like the Stick of Truth and the Fraction of the Whole with South Park. All of those monies hit like, I think those South Park ones, I think they don't quote me, but I thought they hit close to $1 billion.
That's unreal.
It's crazy. Like RPGs really, and I don't know if it's, it's crazy. And then you see movies like Ready Player One, and you read the book and that whole thing. It's like, it's fascinating that we're living in a world where people want to live in a different world. That's all digital. It's amazing. I think if the younger us could see, like now, how comic books are so widely accepted and people are jumping at the chance to own Pokemon cards and buy and trade comic books and buy and trade toys. It's like, man, if the younger Jose could have seen that, I think I wouldn't have been as scared to tell people how much I love this stuff.
Yeah, but you know, so and I agree that like we're living in a time that's kind of a golden age for the things that we held as fandom. Because when I was a kid and I was into D&D, you had to keep that stuff on the down low because everybody thought you were in a satanic cult when you were slinging dice. but the thing is that there's a trade-off, right? So back then, like nobody read comic books, nobody played role-playing games, video games were kind of geeky, and it was all like nerdy kind of stuff where you could get, wedgies or turned upside down in a trash can for, open knowledge of your participation. And you would lament it. It's like, oh, if only it could be more popular with people out there. But now on the flip side, now that it's more commonplace and a lot more people are into it, now you have to deal with all the crap that they bring with them. Back then, it seemed like it was more pure. You know what I mean?
Potato. I like it, but I feel like for example, if we took you to one of those conventions, you're like an OG dude. Like the girls that are into that would be like, oh, what's up, Josh? I heard you're like a level 100 wizard. Like Liz would have to have her arm around you to make sure, hey man, he's taken.
Yeah, but the flip side is that when you talk to those girls and you're like, oh, what's your favorite MCU movie? And they're like, oh, it's Iron Man 3. It's Captain Marvel. And then you just want to blow your brains out.
Those are the best ones.
Those are the ones.
No.
And they ain't blowing your brains out. But I like you said though, man, that's part of that comes with the territory. It has to. But I think that's why it's important though that you showcase your love for that like culture, because the people getting into it, you can be like the educator, kind of teach them the quote unquote pure way to do it. And then let them bring, because it's gonna bring innovation. Like, you'll still have that OG style of playing, but I'm sure in a game like that, they'll create new ways to play, and that's what's amazing about it. Like even the Pokemon card game, like at its root is still fundamentally the same, but they came out with like the DX cards, the Shining cards, like the Ultra Break version of card, and it's like it added a whole new level of excitement with this new generation. The core is still there, but they made it a lot more exciting. And you're talking to a dude who didn't think it could get more exciting when I was playing it. Putting those little damage counters on there, those little rocks, those little colored rocks that they were including in those starter packs. Like, to me, that was exciting as hell. And now to see all the extra stuff come in, I don't know. For me personally, I'm like, man, that just makes the game a lot better.
Yeah. So, like with Dungeons and Dragons or Magic the Gathering, I've played with a lot of different people over time and taught people how to play those games. But like seeing how those games are being handled today is very, very troubling. And, whenever I object, like I know people at my workplace that are like playing D&D today, and they tell me about like how they do things in their games. And when I present like what I think is a more proper way to do it, their response to me is always, okay, boomer, and that's the end of the argument. There's no conversation possible. You know what I mean?
But have you tried playing it that way?
What's that?
Did you try playing it their way, the way they think it's supposed to be played?
No, because I understand what they're doing and it's retarded.
Oh, be open-minded. And
I've been playing for a long time. I know what works and I know what doesn't.
Okay, boomer.
Exactly. Exactly.
Try it. I feel like in order to be, it's like any other change, dude. In order to really, make any kind of change or to teach people, you got to be a part of the system. And sometimes being a part of that system is making your getting out of that comfort zone.
Or you could be like Captain America and just be timeless.
Well, if we're improving things, then I'm all for it. But change for the sake of change doesn't make sense.
That's what I said. I mean, I use the Pokemon game as an example. I'm like, of course I don't know how to play it. I need to learn it because I only know the old way of playing it. But if I'm going to get into it, then I want to know the new way, that the new rules and the new way that they have it. That way I can, it's just, is it better? Who knows? I haven't played it. I've seen some of the games that people post up on YouTube. It looks like exciting shit, but I'd be honest, like sometimes I'm like, wait, what? And then they throw out an Ultra Break card and I'm like, what just happened? So I'm not familiar with it, but it looks exciting. So, That's just my take. I feel like making yourself uncomfortable, even though that there's, your way of playing it. So just learn that way. And then when they ask you, well, how have you played it in the past? That's when your opportunity comes up. It's like, well, I've always done it like this and this and this. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I feel like you get more conversations going like that than you do with like, you guys suck.
Well, no, but the thing is that when we talk at work, for example, and we exchange like strategies and stuff on, because I've been the dungeon master for a long time. So some of these young guys, they want to know like, hey, what are some tips to help me streamline my process? So I'll lay it out for them. And then I say, well, how do you guys do things? And it's like, it's just the most vacuous, empty-headed, like nonsense kind of stuff. I'm like, never mind. I'm sorry I asked.
But don't you think you could use your style to whoop their ass in it?
Well, my style is going to result in a better game, period. I mean, that's just, it's demonstrably true based on, decades of experience.
I'd want to learn to play how you do it, and then I want to play with like people like your coworkers, and then feel like interesting. Yeah. I want to see. I want to be like that, that what would you call it?
I want to be versatile.
Well, yeah, versatile, but also like a clean slate. Like I've never played it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it. So I want to be the clean slate. Like teach me your way. Teach me, Almighty One, and then go and like see how these dudes do it, and then be like, that's crazy, because then it's like I'm not being biased. I don't know. I only know the two ways that I've been taught, that way and this way, and then you're right. At some point, it will add some versatility, because that's what I was suggesting to Josh. I'm like, I could possibly use, your techniques in a way. You just have to mold them, find out what the rules are, and then style bend that shit, and then who knows, maybe be freaking dominant. I'm gonna be coming back and taking Josh's, like, I don't know, what do you take when you win a game of D&D? I'm gonna take your dice, man.
You take all the money.
I'm gonna come back and use the new style to take the master's dice.
No, the last game that I had an opportunity to play in, I was trying to, it was a group of younger guys, and they were doing the new way. And I decided to just kind of like try to enjoy the game and sit back and soak it in. And it was a catastrophe. I held my tongue for like 4 months. And then finally at the end of it, I just had to get up and walk out, because I was like, this whole thing is bullshit.
4 months?
It was not good. 4 months. Yeah. I endured for a long time, because I thought to myself, maybe I'm just old. Maybe I need to learn a few new things. But like the decisions that were being made and the rules that were being used were just, it was terrible. And the thing is that some of the guys that were in that game had played in games that I ran at other times, and they were just like, dude, you just need to come back and run this game, dude. I'm like, I don't have the time right now, bro.
So my question is then, are they learning? Like, how do you learn it? Is there like a guide?
Like, is it the game, or is it them running the game? Like, do they suck, or is it the new rules that suck? Or both?
So when you're playing a D&D game, the primary thing that needs to be done right is the dungeon master. If the dungeon master doesn't have his crap together, or is using bad rules, or
I follow
that will make or break a game. If you have a bad player or bad players, you can swap them out and you can fix the game pretty easy. So, yeah. Anyway, they continue to play in that game, and they're sad every week.
Interesting.
Sad every week.
So anyways, I say we pitch a D&D movie. It's going to be 4 months long.
That's a long
Jeremy
movie.
Irons?
It's going to be 4 months long. We're going to be way over budget. And it's going to crash at the box office. We're going to ruin a studio.
Every time they try that stuff, man, it crashes hard. I mean, the closest thing is the Lord of the Rings, but that's where D&D comes from. So that's not quite the same.
I was gonna ask, what is the origins? But that's cool. That's good to know.
Hey, do we have any more spots on that wheel?
He's reading my mind. We have 6 spots left, Lego.
Okay. I'd like to throw another one out there if that's acceptable to everyone. Maybe we could get a little
We'll-
gladiator
we'll see.
action going.
I'll tell you
We'll
what,
see.
if it passes the thumb test,
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking, okay, well, I've got 2 ideas. Let's throw the producers on there, the original one. Gene Wilder.
Oh yeah.
Is that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
acceptable to everyone?
Springtime
I've
for
never seen it, sure.
Hitler and Germany.
Hell yeah. Love that movie. I rewatched it recently and I was like, man, this is a great one. This is so good. Okay. So the producers, OG, not the Uma. And then I was thinking the Gladiator. You know,
like
we're
Russell
all
Crowe.
doing. Oh yeah, we're all doing the thumbs up thing. Thumbs down. I think we should maybe pay a little tribute.
The Russell Crowe one, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
movie.
I'll fast forward through the maggot scene.
One of Joaquin Phoenix's best roles.
I'd agree with that, man. He fucking nailed it.
No, dude, he nailed his sister.
Hell yeah.
Yes. He was a busy little bee.
Dude, that movie predicted the state of Pornhub today.
What?
I don't know if any of our viewers have been on the Pornhub lately, but it's all incest porn.
Oh God.
It's a weird symptom, man. I don't
Well-
know how much we want to go down that road, but I was
Yeah,
I was
let's not,
very
just,
shocked.
Look,
Jason's choice of porn does not reflect the view of Collection Connection.
Hey, no. This was not my choice. This was what the algorithm is putting out. This seems to be what society wants to see. This
Yeah,
is not
You
my
don't want to
choice.
speak your truth.
Man,
No,
that
so
sounds
That's
gross,
not my
man.
truth, man. That shit
Okay.
is fucking weird.
I'm
Hey,
just
that sounds
fucking with
gross,
you.
man. Send me the link so I can avoid it.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. When your standard for loving relationships is
Yes.
consenting adults, you don't have any breaks anymore. So how do you, if you say love is love and as long as it's consenting adults, it's okay, then how do you say no to a mom and her fully grown son? How do you say no? They're consenting.
With your mouth. No.
yeah. I'd say no. I think no is a good.
You have to right, but it's not, but it's not a consistent answer. You've already said yes to all sorts of other things, and now all of a sudden you're going to say no. It doesn't make any sense. It's not logically consistent.
No.
I
You have
do
to have a-
see what
you
you
have to
mean.
have an
I
over-
do see what you mean.
You have to have an overarching principle that defines what appropriate love is in order to stop things like this. But that the reason that Pornhub has an algorithm for this kind of stuff is because that's the next thing that's coming. It's going to be incest, and then after that it's going to be the pedo stuff. Write it down.
I'd rather not.
Mm.
Speaking of
I'm
which,
just telling you which way the culture's going.
let's throw Step Brothers on the wheel.
There we go. There we
Hey,
go.
Like that. I like that.
Are you going to send the link out
Everybody
for your
needs a
special
cat.
Step Brothers?
Have you seen Step Brothers, Jose?
Everybody needs the kit.
What's up?
Have you seen Step Brothers?
Everybody wants the Catalina
Yeah.
wine mixer. Let's go.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
I fucking love Adam Scott in that role.
Oh, that was so good.
When he lifts up his shirt and he's all leathered out.
I haven't had a carb since 2006.
You look like you
Oh,
want to
man.
punch me, huh? Punch me. Punch me in the fucking face. Whoa. He told me to punch him. So good.
What's his name? Derek?
Derek. Yeah, that sounds right.
It's true that you're the one who punched Derek in the treehouse. I'm gonna go home and relate to that thought. Oh, so good.
Oh my god.
How many more spots we got?
3.
No suggestions in the comments, Isaac?
No, nobody's really here. It's just really John and us.
John wants step family members.
Can we get a step grandpa going?
That was Dave's troll back in the day, where he was like, you can get comics, the pages before they color them, so you can read all the stories for free on this site called lemonparty.org.
Oh fuck.
What?
He was going to all the comic book sites and telling people that they can get like the black and white whole stories of comics before they got colored. You can read them for free on lemonparty.org. And that shit's like old people having sex, like super like Stan Lee old people.
Ooh.
It was hilarious, dude. He got me with that joke. I was like, oh, that was like master troll, dude.
Did you put Super Troopers up as what John's requesting?
Super Trooper. V for Vendetta, Step Brothers, Lebowski, Office Space, Escape from New York, The Prestige, Strange Days, Ran, Forbidden Planet, El Topo, X-15, The Producers, and Gladiator.
Nice. That's a good list so far, I think.
Super Troopers?
No Super
I like
Troopers.
Super Troopers. I could throw that up. Fuck it.
Have you seen Super Troopers, Jose?
I haven't.
Oh, that's 2 thumbs up then.
What's Liz reading?
Jeff Smith's Shazam.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Jeff
I have
Smith.
we have
Smith
a
is
family reading
amazing.
challenge going on.
Oh, we saw that.
And
I had it on mute though because I was at work. What's the challenge?
well, it started off John, and I think Jennifer posted a bunch of like pictures of comics that she read, and then John's like, "Oh, well, I read more than you," and Jennifer's like, "Bah!" And then a sibling rivalry thing kind of ensued, and then I said, "Jokes on both of you. I read more. You just don't know it because I don't read the individual graphic, or I don't read the individual comics. I read graphic novels, yada yada." And then it turned into a readathon for July to see who actually reads the most comics. So from July 1st to July 31st, we'll see who reads the most. And that we all pitched in like $20, and whoever wins gets bragging rights. And
There's a website where you can read the comics in black and white before they come out.
Huh.
It's called
What's it called, Nate?
lemonparty.org.
It's called what?
Lemonparty.org.
Yeah, so
Before they
and then
color them.
whoever wins will donate the money to charity and get bragging rights. And then in August we might continue.
You guys are
it,
broke
but,
enough to
like,
where you should keep the money.
Jesus.
Like if I were to bet Isaac and Jose on who's read more comics or whatever, and I won, like it's not like we're rock stars going on Family Feud. Like
right. So anyway, every Sunday,
I'm still listening.
every Sunday we'll give like a little synopsis of like things that we read and show it off as to what we read. Just hints. And if people want to recommend stuff for us to read.
There is also a secret secondary competition that they really haven't put out there too much about who's going to read the least number of comic books in July. And right now I'm leading that competition with 0.
That takes no effort.
The only way somebody could beat you is if they like got dementia and started forgetting about comic books they had read. I have -4.
I live in a house that's full of comic books. So I actually read them by accident.
Just being able to read and walk, you can't help it.
Yeah, there's like a comic book. I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I read it. I'm like,
Interesting. That's a good challenge. I like challenges like that.
So walk us through this piece of masterpiece, Mr. Lego.
Doing Mike Wazowski's Bizarro World.
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I've been watching a lot of Monsters Inc. A lot of
Monsters
Coco.
at Work starts on Wednesday.
Cool. I'll be sure to check that one out. I probably will, unfortunately.
Luca, did you see Luca yet?
Oh, I've seen Luca many times.
Oh, okay.
I've got a 2-year-old at home, and dude, Luca, he
No,
likes
I
Luca.
just wasn't sure. Yeah.
He likes Luca. No, Luca's okay. I like the music in that movie is like pretty fucking rocking. It's like very swanky and jazzy and nice. And the little like dream
Yeah.
sequences are kind of cool. I like Luca. It's all about being who you are and finding your place in the world. I think that's what a lot of kids movies are about. It's kind of cool. It's okay.
John says
this
he's
one-
winning.
I haven't seen Soul all the way through yet.
John saw Boss Baby.
Oh yeah, he went with Lucas today.
Is it only in the theaters?
It's on Peacock.
Man, so many streaming stuff. It's ridiculous. Be better off just doing cable, but all the channels are gone now.
Dude,
Crazy.
definitely. We got a giveaway. If you want this Skull Dude Joe mini painting, boom. Comment a number 1 through 10. If you get the number right, I will give you the painting. And I'm going to write the number down on the back of the painting right here. Don't look. All right. You get it right, you get that painting.
paintings. Anybody got any artwork that they want to share besides our master painter?
He's a master painter and a cunning linguist.
Ooh.
I've got a half JR Hulk.
That's
Hey, that looks good. Not bad for a halfer.
And then I also got from Wes Craig from Deadly Class.
Maria.
that's dope.
That one's sick.
I got one. Found it today.
That's awesome. I don't have any today.
Ow.
Yeah, my stuff's still locked up.
I've been cleaning my garage. It's in a way I can't get to.
Come on now. There we go. It's another one from Nate's favorite artist. I got a Dr. Manhattan from Neil Adams.
Dang, that was dope.
Is that really Neil Adams?
Yeah.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Signed it to me and everything. Yeah.
That's
You see
freaking
him
badass.
doing the little hydrogen thing on his noggin. It's pretty cool. One of these days it'll be framed and up on the wall.
Dope.
That's very nice. Hey, maybe Dr. Manhattan's a decent time to hop over into time travel. It's about time. Clock
Sure.
King reference for you guys. So Liz got me thinking the other day with the Machine Elves question. She was talking about the DMT experiences of
like-
Terrence McKenna. And I was like, man, I do like Terrence McKenna. You know what? I might go back and like kind of maybe go and check out one of his lectures or whatever. So I did a little quick search, and one of the clickbaity titles was, you know, time travel, whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's check this out. Let's see what he's got to say about time travel, because I've heard him talk about the stoned apes and, you know, ancient cultures, all this. Let's see what he's got to say about time travel. And his thinking was, you know, like a lot of people say, like, well, if there's time machines, like, why don't we have time machines happening right now? Like, why don't we have all these people from the future coming back to the past and interacting with us? Which is it's a legit question, you know. And his idea for that was, once the time machine is created, you can only go back to the point where it was created. So you can go forward and back as much as you want, but only up to that point where the creation actually happened. And I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Like,
Did you watch the whole thing?
I did. So it's like it's almost like a video game, like a save point. Like we hit that, and then we're like, oh, okay, like we're locked in there. You know, like everything before that point, like we can't touch. But you know, that kind of like fixes a lot of the paradoxes, I think, of the time travel stuff. So I don't know. That I thought that was interesting. I'd like to hear your everyone else's.
When he kept on going, I listened to the whole thing, and when he kept on going, he was talking about how it's inevitable that once you do hit that point, that from that point forward, like it would be like when we were able to get the information of having the internet in our pocket, but like on steroids. Like we would, everyone, every time from that point on, could know everything in the future as well. So it becomes like a state that we all become once you get time travel. I don't know. It was pretty deep.
It was, right? It's almost like, sorry, go ahead.
Some of it was deep. This stuff, it was like listening to Guy, and Lego's the only one who would get the reference, but it was like there were some things in there that he was saying that seemed like I could wrap my head around it abstractly. And then he would talk about elves and shit, and it just would like be like, wait, why you lost me that? And then he would get me back again, but he was wandering in and out of things that seemed like they could be feasible, and things that seemed like they were total, like this guy was on drugs when he came up with it.
Yes, 100%. I mean, it was more than anything, it's just fun. You know, it's fun to think about. And it got me thinking too, like, what are some like good movies that have like really dealt with time travel, and like in a cool way, you know? Because like we have like Rick and Morty, which is probably like one of the bigger shows that's happening now, and they try to avoid time travel because there's so many like problems that come with it. But I think one series that's kind of done time travel well is like Bill and Ted. Like I think they fucking nailed it. I had such a good time watching it. And maybe because it was more of like a comedic movie, they could play around with it a little bit more. But I don't know. I was trying to think like, what if there was a new series or a new movie that played with it in this way that Terrence was talking about, or is there something that you guys have like found to be like a really dope time travel story?
The Time Machine.
Time Machine.
Oh, the Guy Pearce one, right?
No, the original one.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Guy Pearce one. That was wild too.
No, it was a remake of it. It was a solid remake, but it wasn't a
Well,
necessary remake.
The kind of time travel theory that you guys are talking about, and I didn't see the presentation by McKenna.
You're breaking up.
Oh man.
Tom Cruise. You guys see that one? So it's more like I wouldn't call it time travel necessarily. It's more like a Groundhog Day sort of scenario, but he always goes back to that certain point in time, right? that he reboots from that particular point, and so he can always go into the future from that point. So it kind of that theory reminds me of that particular flick.
Interesting.
There was a movie called like The Time Traveler or something like that, where it was like a father who could travel through time and his son was able to do it too. And they would just go back in their life and hook up with their old girlfriend that they had broke up, because they would basically go back into their own body, but during different times. And then he ended up using his time travel ability to score the girl of his dreams, because he just kept on going through whatever he messed up to piss her off until he got it perfect and he got the girl that he wanted. And then he had a child with her, and apparently like that's like the magic line where like that sperm hitting that egg at that time, it's like a 1 in a jillion shot. You know, it's like the divinity of conception. And if he goes back before his child was conceived, then she conceives a completely different child, and his child ceases to exist. So that becomes their line, him and his dad, and eventually he has a kid, and then he has another kid, and it's after his dad dies, so he can't go back and visit his dad. It was a trip, but it had a really good time concept, like a stamp of, and it made sense with the DNA thing. Like you can't go back before your kids were born, or you're hitting a reset switch on them every time, and that becomes a line that you can't go back on. So even though these people have the power to travel through time, they're not immortal with it, because they have kids and they have grandkids and they have moments that pass in their life that they don't ever want to go back and reset. So therefore, you know, they're still mortal.
Interesting. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, it was a trip.
In McKenna's talk, was this just all his theorizing on the subject of time travel, or did he offer any kind of, I don't want to say evidence, but any kind of things that kind of like out there in the world that pointed to these things?
He was very clear at the beginning of the talk that this was not an idea that he's thought through. He was kind of throwing things at the wall and having fun with the idea.
Yeah.
I think the only real world evidence that he really put forward was the fact that we don't see time travelers. He also mentioned that the appearance of UFOs in recent history could be some sort of I guess you'd call it like a cosmic leak that's happening from, you know, the eventuality. So the increase in seeing these UFOs means that we're getting closer and closer to this singularity point where, you know, there's some sort of like kickback where we can encounter these objects, these time travelers, like through, you know, whatever, through time.
Interesting.
I've heard that speculation of UFOs, that UFOs are the first evidence of time travel from the future. It's an interesting theory on all of that. And I think time travel as a concept is a great thing to tell stories with, but from a personal perspective, I don't think it's possible anyway. Just because I think that history itself, from beginning to end, has already been laid out, and we're just in the middle of going through it. I don't think that you can go further back because it's already set.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe you or agree with you or whatever. I think as beings living in this world the way we are, we'd have to transcend to some sort of other dimension before we could maneuver time and all that. I don't think being a time traveler as a human is kind of possible, but it's fun to play around with the idea.
Yeah, the reason that I say that is because obviously from a Christian perspective, time itself is a creation of God. Since God is eternal and stands outside of time, he has created history itself. And so history runs its course according to his plan and his purpose, and it would not be possible for mere creatures to undo that plan.
Right on.
So that would be a basic basic breakdown.
Do you?
of that.
Jo-
If we were able to travel through time, we would have the potential to undo God's plans.
What if it was part of his plan for you to undo his plan?
Yeah, and then you just would go into this vicious cycle of, who's the one that's calling the shots. But fundamentally, there are events that must take place. And I don't think that there is the capacity for God to entrust to mere creatures the ability to go back and forth in time and potentially attempt to throw wrenches into those plans.
That's interesting. I guess, I mean, this might go deeper than just this question, but would you consider the universe predetermined by
Yeah.
I guess God's creation? So everything is just going to happen exactly as created, or like
Yeah,
is it a mechanical universe, or do people have kind of like a free will?
No, so when you're looking at the question of the will of individuals, you have to look at it from two sides. From God's perspective, God's like the author of a story, right? Or a playwright. So he has written a story, and the story is going to take place as he has written it. But within that story, Hamlet doesn't know what's going to come in Act 3. Hamlet is still making decisions as he goes along. But those decisions are the ones that have already been written out by the playwright. So Hamlet, in Hamlet's experience and in time, is free to decide things, but he's not deciding anything outside of what the playwright, who is God, has already written.
Interesting.
If we take Top Gun, the story is going to wind itself the way that it has been written. But when Maverick is going through the story, does he know ahead of time that his plane is going to go into a spin because he went through Iceman's jet wash? No, he doesn't know any of that stuff. He has to react on the fly to that stuff as it's going. But it's going to take place exactly as the writer has determined it to.
That's interesting.
Hey,
That's
Lego,
interesting. Yes.
do you care to re-advertise the giveaway?
Absolutely. We got a giveaway going here. It is for a mini painting. It's Skulldugg Joe. It's a little 2.5 inch piece, square piece. If you'd like it, we are commenting a number 1 through 10. There's a number written on the back of this piece. If you get it right, this painting could be yours.
John said 3.
John said 3.
Yeah.
Did anybody else comment any numbers? We'll give them a minute.
All right. While we're at it, there's a movie nomination for Felon.
I have not seen Felon.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Val Kilmer. It's a 2008 film, American prison film. It tells the story of a family man who ends up in a state prison after he kills an intruder. So it's
I'll go for it.
Stephen Dwarf and Val Kilmer in 2008's Felon.
I want to see what Val Kilmer looks like, so I know what to expect for the coming Top Gun sequel.
Yeah, we'll give it a thumbs up. Oh man, so much of painting is just waiting for paint to dry. Sorry, everyone. I wish I could get this thing going.
Next film that was thrown out is Tombstone.
Oh,
last one. That's it. Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Jose came back to that
man.
one.
Hell yeah. Love that. Love to see it.
Nice. All right, wheels done.
All right, spin it.
We got The Producers, X-15, El Topo, Forbidden Planet, Rand, Strange Days, The Prestige, Escape from New York, Office Space, Big Lebowski, Step Brothers, V for Vendetta, Tombstone, Felon, Super Troopers, Gladiator, and Back to the Producers.
Done by Lego himself.
Should have kept at least one musical on here. Let's see.
And that spin.
Damn.
Another
Getting
number was just
hypnotized.
picked. Number 8.
What do we got?
Forbidden Planet.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
That's actually
Hey, that'll
that's
be-
actually one of your movies, right, Lego?
That is. That's
You-
cool.
You've been pimping
I-
that movie for a minute.
You know, I've been interested to see it. It's old school sci-fi, so I'm hoping it's good.
Forbidden
I'm
Planet.
hoping it's good.
We're gonna make sure you select the right Forbidden Planet, though.
Yeah, not the Keanu Reeves one.
There's a Keanu Reeves one, I take it.
There's a remake.
They did a remake. He's the robot.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Is he really?
Yeah, he is, but he looks human.
Well, yeah, because you can't cover up Keanu. He's
That's the one
he's
I
not
meant.
dedicated.
That's
He's
the one
not
I meant, guys.
He's not dedicated like Carl Urban in Judge Dredd, where he'll wear the helmet the whole time.
Oh, that's a good one. We just got to get a couple more
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, much better than the Stallone one.
Hmm.
The Stallone
Maybe
one's
we
a
should put
disaster.
Cobra on there one of these days.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
The Stallone movie, the Stallone Dread, was one of the few movies that I almost walked out on. I've never walked out on a film, but I got close on a couple of them. And the thing that kept me in my seat is I shelled out money for this. But that Stallone Dread made me angry. I was really pissed.
All right. So let's talk about this brand new pick of the week.
Oh yeah. That's
Dude, that comic is so good.
Right? It was
Oh my
so
god,
good.
it's so good.
Yes. What was it called again?
Dancing
Berserk?
Axe.
Yeah.
Barbaric.
Barbaric. So freaking good,
We
dude.
sold out of it.
Talk
We
to
sold out
my
of all
act.
the covers.
It's a good book. It's about he starts off as a gladiator, and his axe is talking to him, and he kills he kills the 2 dudes.
He can't kill
'cause the
innocent
other
people.
one didn't
He
do
lets
anything
the-
bad.
Yeah, he lets the innocent dude go because he was just a shoplifter. He didn't hurt anybody.
Because he
and
didn't defeat his
then-
family. It wasn't for like personal gain.
Yeah, and then he kills his slave owner too,
Right.
and then he just goes on this adventure. It's really good.
It's
I like
funny
the
because
chick. I like
Yeah.
her powers. She just peels like the tattoos off the weapons and stuff. That's so good.
oh my god, I love that shot, dude. It's funny because every time you think you're gonna fall into like a trope of something, like for example, the gladiator, like, oh, he's a slave to this dude. He kills that guy.
Yeah,
And then you think he's like, we're gonna get a whole nother story. Oh no, it's not that. We're getting something else. And then I love what the when the girl's trying to convince him to save her, and then he does, and he's like, son of a bitch, you are a witch. He's like, well, yeah, but I'm not a bad one.
Right.
Liz, would you
And
like?
his axe like looks at him. He's like, she said the magic words.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to help her now. He's
And then-
like, damn it.
she's all, damn. So your axe talks too, and he's like, you can hear him.
He's like, I've been talking to this slug for forever.
Yeah. The delivery of the jokes are like I was telling Isaac, it's like almost like Monty Python, like this barbarian's talking to his ex.
Yeah, it's so good.
You shouldn't have said that because now Nate won't read it.
Nate doesn't read it anyways. I have a theory he can't read and he's just too shy to ask for help. No, but it's good, dude. It's really, really good. There's a lot of gore and violence, and the artwork is so beautiful. It's perfect for that style of storytelling. It's oh man, it's so good.
I'm excited to read this one.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna like it a lot, dude.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
If you like to laugh and you like a little gore, it's definitely not for kids.
Oh no.
No.
But yeah. Well, and then he gets that curse put on him by the witches, and he's like, ah, because his axe looks normal before then, and then all of a sudden it's got the face on it now.
Yeah. Well, that's
So-
what starts the whole thing, right? That's what starts the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just because he was, as he would say, I was drinking and fucking and killing. And then afterward, I would fuck and drink and kill.
Awesome.
And then a lot of Monty Python jokes.
Every kid in a tree, you're gonna have every old lady cross the river. He's so tall, and all of a sudden he's just like, the look on his face, he just gets more and more upset. He's like, so good.
You don't say.
It was good. Very good.
So what's coming up next week?
We have Geiger, the Jeff Johns, Gary Frank book.
Is that the conclusion?
No, I think it's still going.
Okay.
It's the conclusion. Let me see.
Disregard that.
Lego, I know you got to wait for paint to dry on all that. Is there a way to expedite that process? Could you like blast it with a hair dryer or something?
I mean, yes and no. I've got the fan going up above. That helps. Acrylic dries fairly quickly, but unfortunately, because of I've spoken about this before, but I use all recycled paints and materials or secondhand stuff, and unfortunately, the yellow that I've used for this little hoodie guy is apparently it just never dries. Yeah, so we're waiting on it. The idea is once that sets in, we can get a nice little Skull Dude Joe face going and maybe get like the hoodie to come in a little bit. We'll shape out and shade the arms and legs, give it some creases, and I'm thinking a little Basquiat swiped skull up there would be cool. But yeah, man, I am staring at this yellow and just being like, I fucking hate you. I'm gonna throw you in the landfill. I'm gonna nuke the whales with this fucking yellow, dude.
Somebody has to.
Yes, it's a drying process.
Another number that you got picked was a 4.
Nice. Very good. Someone might be close. Close, but no cigar. We're almost there.
So Carmen, the book from Image is wrapping up. Carmen number 5.
Yes.
Is her last name San Diego and you have to find out where she is?
No, she's death. She's another part of death. Noctera number 5. A book called Ordinary Gods.
Oh, that one looked kind of
Ordinary
cool.
Gods looks good. That's the one where
It's written
the
by
guy's
Conor Hagen.
basically lived. Yeah, he's like lived like a human for like a long. He's like one of the old gods, and he's done with their bullshit. So he decides to live as a human. I think he's like flipping burgers at a diner or something like that. And then a crisis happens with the gods again, and he has to come out of retirement. He's
Nice.
like not happy about it.
Post Americana number 6.
That sounds good, dude. Post Americana has been great. That was a really fun book.
Skybound X
Oh yeah,
celebrates the 10
What's
years
that?
of Skybound with the
it's a weekly that's coming out, and there's a Rick Grimes story. It's like it's got like 3 or 4 stories. So it's got a Rick Grimes story that goes throughout the entirety of the series. And then it has like one of them has Murder Falcon, and I think the most recent one that I looked up had like Redneck, Excellence, and then they're introducing a new, like it's a first appearance of like Sea Pirate something or other. I don't know, but they're doing
There's
new
also,
shorts.
Ultra Mega is going to be inside of this
Yeah.
book as well.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
like
cool.
Ultra Mega stories. There's Murder Falcon. There's a new God Country. There's
Nice.
a Tomahawk, I think, is in another one. So it's like a
That's
Rick
what-
Grimes
that's
story, and
amazing.
then it's like 2 or 3 other stories, and then
Yeah.
I think 2 of them has 2 of the issues are going to introduce new titles
Nice.
for Image.
Jenny 0, 3 of 4
Hell yes.
coming to a close soon. Did we like Worst Dudes? I don't remember.
Which one was that one?
From Dark Horse, The Worst Dudes. It was like, these dudes are pretty bad.
They were like the worst, right?
Yeah, The Worst Dudes.
Oh,
No,
wait.
honestly, I don't remember that one,
Okay. So we'll drop
unfortunately.
it. Amazing Fantasy. Oh, that's just a poster. That's not the book. It's not out yet. Extreme Carnage Alpha number 1 drops this week. A whole bunch of X-Men. Just can't do the X-Men. It's too much.
Is it Hickman?
There's just a lot of X-Men. I don't want to go down the list. Sorry.
The Hellfire God is still going on.
Basilisk or
Oh,
Basilisk.
That was
we
good.
picked.
I read the
Yeah,
first
That was really good.
yeah, that one got me super hyped. I had so many questions. I want to read that one.
Which one?
Basilisk.
Oh,
That was the one with the
black
crows, like the
chick.
vampire kind of chick. Like we don't know what they
Yeah.
are exactly, but they
Oh, yeah, yeah.
they did
yeah,
some
yeah.
fucked up shit in that mountain town, and then like the chick like gets her, and she's like, "You're coming with me."
Yes, I remember now.
Yeah.
Space Bastards number 7.
Hell yeah.
Mm-mm. Hollow Heart number 5. It doesn't say it's wrapping up, so I think that's still going.
I'd be fine with that one wrapping up.
Yeah, it looks about it.
What about Masters of the Universe?
Oh yeah, Masters of the Universe. I don't read Masters of the Universe.
Before your time?
Before my time.
It was during my time, and I always found those figures to be
Very,
they were
Yeah.
overrated to
very.
me. Very inarticulate.
Hmm.
Would you say that about the original line of Star Wars toys as well?
If their articulation allowed you to be able to put them into vehicles, and I guess the Motu ones did also. But like the way the arms worked, it was okay. They were kind of buff, but the way their legs worked, though, it wasn't like on the original Star Wars guys. Their legs went up and down, and you can fit them into ships. But the way those Motu guys' legs, like when they went to sit, they would like
It would
need
split.
yeah, they would split and need stirrups almost. It was just kind of funky. They were like the designs were cool and whatnot, but I mean, like going up against like I was a GI Joe guy, man. Even like before GI Joe, I was a Star Wars guy, and when GI Joe came out, just that articulation just took the world by storm. Like I didn't want to touch the other toys anymore because they couldn't do much. And then the vehicles and play sets, that man, GI Joe came out with some crazy shit. And the Star Wars had good stuff too, but there was nowhere near as much as they had for GI Joe. I would say the articulation on GI Joe still hold up. They've got things that have more points now, but they're not necessarily better. There's no durability in them. They won't stand on their own barely. You have to have stands for them. So, I mean, that's just my thing now. I'm a fan. So, hey, you were able to get by your yellow dilemma, I see there, Mr. Lego.
Oh, it's still wet. And this skull that's supposed to be white is looking very light yellow. But we're getting through it.
Looks like
We're getting
piss.
through it. Yeah. Man, what's the South Park episode with the water park where the only cure is a banana and piss?
Yeah. And doesn't they get flooded with the piss?
Yeah. Mr. Pee-Pee's Land or whatever the fuck. It's so good. I might even add a little gray. We'll see. I don't know. This is not the desired color, but we'll get through it. Speed painting is always difficult. When I'm in my normal flow, not streaming or whatever, doing it with you guys, I usually work on like 4 or 5 paintings at a time because you have to be able to just like I'm constantly waiting for things to dry, so I keep that energy going by moving on to another piece, and so I'm constantly swapping things out, and I use a lot of colors that kind of repeat through multiple pieces because I want to either keep that theme or that feeling, but it's mainly about just like a time thing. So doing a single painting in an hour or 2 hours or whatever is sometimes really difficult because of the drying process and because like you're really constrained to make a piece happen within that time. You're kind of limited on what you can actually do with it. With
what if
paint,
you put
anyway.
Happy Trees?
Oh man, like that Happy Trees, the Bob Ross method is all about blending things together and really making that happen. I think my whole idea of kind of the neo-expressionist graffiti style, it lends more to
Angry Trees.
Angry Trees, yes. There's a little postmodern angst, so I don't know. It's different. It's a different technique, but I don't know. I'm not used to completing it quite so quickly. Although I gotta say, I think painting faster has made me a better painter. I think.
You are a
Has
master
anyone
painter.
guessed? Has anyone guessed the next number? Because There's 2 guesses that were damn close, but
8
Looks
and
like
4.
And 2 and 7.
2 and 7. Man, we're getting close.
I picked a 6, but I'm not gonna be in the. Where'd you see the 2?
John Steinhardt.
Oh, there we go.
Basculus 2 and Space Bastard 7.
Hey, he's giving me the issue numbers. This guy. I like that.
We're close. We're getting close. I mean, there can only be 10 guesses. Come on, guys. We got this. Someone's going to get this. If you guys don't guess this, I'll burn it on screen. So I don't know if that's incentive to win or not, but
Yeah,
maybe
like
people want to. Maybe
make
people want to see
multiple
shit burn.
guesses.
I'm hitting the wall. So
Likewise.
Right on. Sounds like we're going to be wrapping up here soon, folks. Get your guesses in.
get your guesses in.
All
Josh,
books half off.
all books half off. God, check your asshole, sir. Another good episode of South Park.
Oh, man.
Did we lose Liz?
She's out for the night.
She went to Comic Land.
I'm surprised she lasted a shorter amount of time than I did. The other way around.
Collection Connection picked number 1 Lego.
Well, we're getting there, folks.
I'll say 5.
Maybe I should. Hey, Isaac won.
Yeah, Isaac.
All right.
Man, next time I'm not gonna actually write a number. I'll just pick one.
8? Yes, 8. You got it in one try.
Yeah, you got it. Hey, nailed it. Oh man.
You can pick a shorter range too, you know.
Well, damn, I thought 10 wasn't too hard. I thought 10 was okay.
Well, I don't know that we ever hit 10 viewers at any point. So
Didn't.
Mm,
The highest we've had is 7. Oh, we're at 7 right now.
nice.
what's up,
All right,
everybody?
All right, we're hitting the
We're gonna
wall.
wrap it up.
We're gonna wrap
Yeah.
this up.
Tired.
I'll be seeing you guys. Won't see me, but I'll see you tomorrow because I'll be getting your videos in. So
All right.
we'll all be in touch soon. Thanks for watching Talking Shit. See you next Monday, 9:30.
Later, guys. Good night.